So a common thing that happens with tonic herbs, and a very common thing that people say, is that basically this is how they word it is, you know what, things are just changing for the better. I feel better, my habits are changing, my life's just improving. It's usually what people come back and say. And I had this realization again for who knows how many times that it's happened, but I had it again this morning as, I've been experimenting recently with higher and higher doses of cordyceps and reishi in the dosage of like 2 tablespoons of extract per day, which is high. I've never done that before. So I wanted to see, were there any side effects? Would it make me, have gas or diarrhea, or make me feel weird? Would it detox me? Would it make me sick? Would I not want it anymore? And then what would the benefits be? So wherever you're at in your health, whether you've been doing whatever you've been doing, or whether you've been doing, a pristine whatever program, there's always the next level, and there's always imbalances that can be corrected and taken to the next level. So for me, I've always been the kind of person that just loved to sleep in, and I could easily just sleep all day without trying. And the idea of me waking up any earlier than 10 a.m., 10:30 was not really possible. But what's happened to me over the last week is that, today, for example, I woke up at 7:30 in the morning, which every other time in my life, I would have just screamed at someone if they'd woken me up that early. Not really screamed, but I would have had some real frustration and some real just discontent with that phenomena. Always hated waking up early, never wanted to, always resisted it. But this past week, I've been waking up consistently earlier and earlier. For a couple days it was 9:30, then it was 9, then it was 8:30, and then this morning, 7:30, my eyes just opened, and I got out of bed, and I actually looked out the window, and it was really dark, and I thought, man, it must be rainy today, because I thought it was supposed to be really nice, because it never registered that it could be that early. I'm thinking, it must be like 10, 10:30, that's when I usually just wake up. So then I look at the clock, and it's 7:30, and it's just completely blows my mind, and I was just ready to go at that time. And I think I went to bed around midnight or 1 or something. Not really that early. So to me, I had that realization this morning of like, wow, you know what? Things are just kind of changing for the better. And I can see myself kind of going to a new level. And then this morning there was just a whole train of more empowering thoughts of like thinking about things that I wanted to do and saying, you know what? I could probably do that. Yeah, it seems totally possible. I could do that. Or yeah, I could see this happening. I could see how this is happening. And ultimately, that's the first step, is just opening the door for the possibility to say, you know what? That is possible. I could actually see that happening for me. And from there, everything else can stem, because in our psychology, if we don't believe something that's possible, it's very unlikely that we'll see it. And it's very unlikely that we'll accept it, which is oftentimes why we try to attract things, or we try to, bring things to our lives, but we don't succeed in that because we ultimately, fundamentally don't believe that it's possible. So I found myself this morning making my drink saying, wow, you know what? Things just seem to be changing for the better. And this is after years of taking the herbs, and it's still happening to me. So it just really reaffirms and re-inspires me and just refuels me to be even more excited about it, and just want to experiment more and keep doing more things. So this is something that I've experienced a lot. People I've worked with, my friends, people I've talked to, they all come back and say pretty much the same thing of just, you know what, things seem to be better. I'm sleeping better, I have more energy, I seem to be more calm, and I just feel better. And ultimately these are the foundations. Having more energy, sleeping better, feeling calmer. That's the real virtues of health. It's not so much this mineral or this vitamin. Those are all means to an end. The actual end is the state of being, the state of feeling. And if you can, get there, which way you can do it, ultimately, to me, that's where the value is. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.